fall in love with you over and over again. I don't care how, where, or when, no matter how long it's been, you're mine. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, Omi, Definity, DEVVE, Trump VeVe update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below, super chats as well. We have quite a bit to go over today. I don't even know where to get started. Senator Cynthia Lummis saying honored to chair the Senate Banking Subcommittee on Digital Assets, which is absolutely phenomenal. We have CME to launch XRP and Solana futures on February 10th after a regulatory review. They have Ledger co-founder Balland, who was kidnapped the other day in France. He was released after the kidnapping. I don't know if the kidnappers got anything, but he's good to go right now. Binance Labs rebrands to YZI Labs. Not sure why, but I'm sure there's a reason. And Morgan Stanley CEO Ted Pick says bank will work with U.S. regulators on offering crypto. Finally, you have Crypto Beast that has over 500,000 followers over on X saying that strategic Bitcoin reserve is confirmed. So Bitcoin purchase program, the term Bitcoin purchase program means the program established under Section 5A. Then you have cold storage. The term cold storage means a method of storing private keys required to transact in Bitcoin with Nexus. Blah, blah. You guys know the deal. You know the drill. Let's do some DEVVE stuff, shall we? Yeah, let's go over the DEVVE. They were earlier today. They were up to $1.50. And then I think they had come back down. Yeah, they were up to $1.51. And then again, big candle right back down. And then we're back down to, so we're pretty flat on the day over the last 24 hours. It's $1.35 right now. Let's take a look at where they are over on the CoinGecko to see how much volume. I assume a couple million, 1.5 million. Okay, so actually lower than I thought. We are on the lower end of the day, stretching from $1.51 to $1.34. So we're $1.35, $1.36 right now. And I'm going to say most of that is probably coming from, I would have said Uniswap, but it's actually Gate.io. So shout out to them for that. Let's take a look to see what Tom had to say earlier today. There's a question saying, why would anyone prefer DEVVE exchange over, let's say, Hyperliquid? Tom says there are a number of reasons. The complete removal of middlemen in implementing trades at the consensus level is significant for many customers. Many can work with us while maintaining the fiduciary responsibilities where they cannot with any other exchange on the market right now. Even retail will like the security and safety we provide. Mathematically, instantaneous settlement is a critical aspect of what we're doing. Again, settlement and trades are happening at the consensus level. The ways that we are implementing bailment custody is better for many TradFi institutions and customers. We just provide better trust. If we go out of business, people can still get their funds. Our overall approach is better for regulatory requirements. So I envision we can get regulatory approval in what? Regulatory approval in ways that others can't. That also is significant for trust. Given our partnerships, that is important for TradFi customers too. Business development with large partners is a category I think we will excel at, and I think can drive a huge amount of growth there. Technologically, I expect we will be faster and cheaper. I am excited about our liquidity concepts and how it will tie into DEVVE and Fias. That's not announced yet, but I am excited to announce it soon. I also think numbers and types of tokens we list will be a huge competitive advantage over others. I envision we can put them together partnerships with many large companies, and we will want to list assets with us. There are lots of exchanges, and there's a lot of competition in the space, so multiple exchanges will continue to exist, but I believe we will be the most technologically advanced and the most trustworthy exchange. Boom, shakalaka. God, that tastes so freaking good. So that's over on the DEVVE. There's going to be more from him as well, but I did want to go over, no, not that. Something that had happened. Oh, okay. So from Altcoin Daily, and this is from everyone and their sister, basically Donald Trump's crypto czar, David Sachs, saying NFTs and meme coins are collectibles. I go and post this over on my X account yesterday. Let's go and read that. I said, this is why I love VeVe Official, because they were using the term digital collectibles before it was cool. If you go on Altcoin Daily or anyone that was posting about this, Everyone was posting VeVe collectibles. You have I think VeVe virals was probably the most significant. I think he's actually the thumbnail on my video today. Shout out to him. He made a thumbnail. He didn't make it. He just made the status, and then I happened to go in and take that from him and post that. Is he not on? Did he like delete his account by accident? Oh, there he is. Okay, I misspelled that. So he goes on. We have a couple of things from him that we should probably. He says, when Omi to digital asset stockpile, he goes over and says, oh, this is from Borovic. Borovic says that NFTs and meme coins are collectibles. Viral says, hell yeah, they are. And I love collecting the officially licensed one of the world's most beloved characters, especially the first evers. He goes and posts a photo of some of the great ones that we have on here. It's Hulk, Darth Vader, Todd McFarlane, Batman, we have Spider-Man, first appearance, and then we also have Wolverine. And then also, I guess, in his classroom, I guess he's a teacher, goes in, and he has a Woody over there. A Woody from Toy Story. I know that, God, that was a Toy Story collectible. He also goes on and says, arguably the most bullish day ever in crypto history, and prices aren't moving. Ecomi has delivered Omi to NFT with burns and more brands to come, and the price isn't moving. Surprisingly, this gives me great peace that life-changing gains are coming in 2025. He goes over and posts again. The Omi token is sub 100 million, meaning that the market cap is like 80-ish million, give or take. He says, I've seen plenty of crazy in my life, but not much crazier than Omi, the deflationary utility token for NFTs of the world's top IP with a metaverse and affiliate marketing program on the way, not being in the top 500. We've been close before. We've been in there before, actually in the top 100 before, but it is not this day. And I think that comes back. He reposts Scott Colantonio saying, I bought about 9 million Omi in the last week, feeling hopeful about the next 6 months and the amount of upside there is on an 80 million Omi market cap. He goes and posts, as a 321 collector, I had to get this Omi screenshot. We were 000321 today. We had I don't even want to say spike. We had a tiny bit of, excuse me, of volume yesterday. We are down now. So we're down about 4% on the day. We were at 000335-ish at one point. And again, just down a little bit today. It's about 4%. So the market cap that we have is 83 million. I mean, it's not even like it's less than 100. It's 95 million. It's 83. I don't know when they're going to go in and fix that total supply, because that total supply still says 310 billion, obviously taken out of the business development wallet. It was like 5.6 billion was burned, so that should go down to 305.2 billion, which would be nice. I'll let you all know when that happens. He also posts that we're still at the stage of the market where many well-established big dog coins like ADA, AVAX, DOT, which are listed everywhere and well known by anyone in crypto, can 3 to 10x. Heck, even ETH and Doge can still 2 to 3. I think ETH can do much more than 2 to 3x. ETH is still not at all-time highs. But yeah, Doge could probably reach $1. Even though Jenny Qta was on the podcast not too long ago, and she's like, Doge will never reach $1. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. People are crazy. I had a buddy of mine show me a couple of texts from his friends, and they said that like this thumbnail said like XRP can go to $10,000, and they put 150 grand into it. And now, granted, I think XRP can do phenomenal things. However, that would be like $4 quadrillion that XRP would have to go in and do. That market cap, that's obviously not going to happen. Speaking of XRP, it's Autism Capital. No, there's one over here. Sorry, I just had to find it. Bitcoin Magazine says, just in publicly traded Exodus CEO, they're like a crypto wallet, posts a picture of him and Trump, and he says, I say no XRP in the strategic reserve. Americans deserve Bitcoin only. I think both are fine, but at the end of the day, you have somebody saying something that I don't know. I just feel like people are really overestimating what certain tokens can do. And XRP is the number 3 token. Clearly it's great. Clearly it has a ton of use by all these other countries. But when you haven't, and I know like these people that are just like put these outrageous titles and their thumbnails are just like that. And to get people, I never go with videos like that. I never watch them. Two, I feel like I never do any like clickbait titles. Like today's title, new VeVe hires, users targeted, and we'll go over all that. Like that's going to be in. Do I bury the lead sometimes? And I'll say like, oh, by the way, there's this other piece of news that I did, which is the opposite of clickbait. Yeah, I do that. Anyway, to move on with VeVe Viral's post here, he says, big money and institutions playing with millions will much rather aim at these because they know they can bet big, and that if it does a 3x, they can sell the entire amount and actually take out the amount of money displayed in their portfolio screen. Sure, 2 million small cap can 10x or 10x to 20 million quicker, but it's always way riskier. And how much money can you really make even if it does a 10x? Odds are there won't be enough liquidity to sell at the 10x unless you're playing with a small amount of money. So for stuff like that, the only time I've really ever touched a token that was under 2 million, I think, was Bumper. And Bumper's had a very fine day the last couple of days. They're up about 38% today to about 1.3 cents. Market cap is now 2.6 million. I got super lucky the other day. I was able to get Bumper when it was like a $1 million market cap. So it's like double, 1.5x, or sorry, 2.5x since then. Let's go to the last 7 days and I'll show you where. Yeah, like 3 days ago, for whatever reason, it just got demolished. And I was like, there's no way that should have happened. So somebody selling like 60 grand on MexV, dropped the market cap by like $1 million. Like, all right, this is stupid. So I got some, wasn't even for me. Dog Boys, have a drink on Dog Boy and Rita. It's Friday night. All right. It's a good day. It is a good day. But Bumper is really the only thing that I've touched with under a $2 million market cap. I guess DeCat token. So DeCat token, part of the is just because I'm one of the main people that's working on it. Yes, there's a game coming out, or they're a character in a game, and yes, there's a movie coming out that I'm a character in that movie. I don't know if I'm going to be the voice of my own character. I have really no involvement with the movie. I might, again, I'm not writing any of the lines for that movie. I might do the voice if they ask me to. But the comic is all mine. That is straight out of the head of Randy Chavez. It's going to be wild. It's going to be great. So we do have Greg Wyke that's going to be coming back on the podcast. You all loved him when he came on the first time. He will have an announcement. And then also on top of that, he is going to be doing one of the covers for the VeVe, for the VeVe Comics version of that comic. There is going to be one or two other people that can do a cover. I can't talk about it yet, but I will keep. I don't even think I could. I should have talked about the Greg Wyke one, but I'll keep you all posted with that. Anywho, that reminds me, I got to talk to certain people. Anyway, let's go with Definity, shall we? Yeah, let's take a look at what they're doing over here. Let's go to the Definity. They're up about 8% on the day to about 3.7 cents. They tend to trade between 2.5 and 6.5 cents. So this is around the average, maybe a little bit lower than what we usually see. At this point, my plan is to get a little more DEVVE, and then when I take some of that DEVVE, hopefully it can go to like $20 before Omi moves. I think Omi moves probably Q2. I've said this for like quite a while, that I know Stacker will roll out. I know VeVeverse will roll out. And let's say they roll out this quarter. Cool. Maybe get a little hype. Maybe get a little pump. Maybe we like stay above like 0005 finally. It's not too much of a difference from here. I mean, if you get that 0006, it's like, okay, it's a doubling from here. And it's like, well, I put in $1 million. I have $2 million. You're right. Absolutely right. If I had $10 million, I would no doubt put a couple million in here. But a lot of it would go to DEVVE because that seems like they have multiple announcements planned. They're kind of just going to be in that narrative. They're an American coin. If you go and search, I think on CoinMarketCap or wherever it is, they have a tab on there. It says tokens made in America. Actually, I don't. They might be Swiss. I actually don't know. I know they're American company. I don't know if they might be Swiss though. I'll have to get back to you on that. But long story short, they seem to be the ones that are on that track to go nuts before Omi, because again, like you have the VeVeverse can come out, but the first edition, like when the VeVe app came out, the update in November, there was a lot of negative feedback on it, like mostly negative, like 90-ish% negative. Yeah, 90-ish% negative. And then they fixed it, and then it's pretty awesome now. And I don't know whether it's I've just gotten used to it, even though they've made like 8 different improvements since the original launch. But the fact that it looks to be easier to build upon, things are running a lot smoother, things are running a lot quicker. The improvements are there. The same might be said with Stacker. The same might be said with VeVeVerse. The same might be said with the affiliate marketing program. When they all come out, and they will come out, I don't know when. Let's say they come out in March. There's probably going to be some feedback, and not all of it's going to be positive. There's probably going to be some negative stuff, and then they'll fix it, and they'll be like, here, exactly what you want. Either way, I think it's going to be pretty hyped. And then at some point, I think you get exchanges. And again, there's I can actually, I don't know if I can even read the messages. I don't want to go into this too much too quickly. But let me go in and, yeah, I guess I could do that. This is probably fine. Somebody comes on and says the regulation excuses are over. Great to see. Buddy mine says, like, we hope they'll be over, but we do still need to wait for the regulatory clarity provides. Somebody says a key member of the Trump team already stated memes and NFTs are collectibles. That was David Sachs. He says it's time for VeVe to stop hiding behind regulation and get moving again. I say that we will. We just have to wait for that stuff to actually become law. A response to this might be that, well, that won't be for at least 180 days. We'll end up missing the cycle because VeVe waited for permission. There's a collectibles isn't a national security issue. There's no need to worry about the Trump administration knocking on their door. So I was like, well, where are you getting the 180 days from? Where's the proof that the cycle ends before then? And I'm not saying that VeVe waits 180 days for all this to happen. I'm saying that I think he's referring to, I don't know what he was referring to, but I think this bull market lasts for longer than 180 days. But again, somebody making a statement does not mean that it's law. It's not like we live in this underground gang-filled area like, oh yeah, his word is law. Like no, they're just words for right now. This person said that the president of United States of America launched a meme project. Then his wife also launched a meme project. I think it's fair to say the genie is out of the bottle. Waiting around wastes time. Unfortunately, I think that's the road that VeVe will choose. Like, if you're so negative, bro, just sell. Like, I'll buy your stuff. Just sell. So I say apples and oranges. Meme tokens are exactly what they are. They are memes. There's no expectation for utility. They aren't held to the same standards as utility or metaverse tokens. Laws can be passed before that 180 days. I said, our best bet is that the narrative comes back. VeVe, Ecomi, Stacker won't have to do anything. Once it comes back, it'll pump regardless of what has been or has not been delivered by VeVe, Ecomi, or Stacker. And that's pretty much all I'm probably going to say about that, because there's a lot of, it gets to ugly name calling. Anyway, we'll go. So Definity, I have a couple meetings set with them next week for a couple different reasons. I really wish they would be more public about their numbers and how much they're doing. I'll tell you guys this. They're probably on par with VeVe as far as net revenue. They might even be beating VeVe as far as net revenues go. Maybe not that much. I don't know. It's hard. I don't know what VeVe's net revenues are. But I'll say that Definity's got like $6 million market cap? 5.7 million right now, but 6.4 million fully diluted. I think this can 100x. And that 100x gets it to like a $600 million. It could do far. It could do multiple hundreds of x's. And again, it's currently my second biggest bag. As DEVVE goes up, it might become the third, because DEVVE might outshine it. DEVVE might outshine Omi at some point. But when that happens, I think DEVVE can go to $100, hundreds of dollars, but I have no problem selling it a bit at 20, 50, 80. Because then, like, what if, let's say it goes to $200, like, okay, like if I don't sell at 80, okay, what it can maybe do like a 2x, 2.5x, but selling at 20, 50, whatever, That gets me a lot that I could put into Omi if it's still down at these levels. I will have no issue at that time because I think Omi runs before Definity. I have no issue going in and getting 250 million Omi, 300 million Omi, 400 million Omi. If things go absolutely bananas, actually, you get right now it's like 30,000 for like 100 million. That's not a lot at all. So yeah, I'd have no issue doing that. I'd put 30 in. I'd get another. I'd get up to. I'd like to double up, but 60K is a lot. But I mean, if DEVVE's already run and it goes that high, I'll keep y'all posted. I'd love to get to $1 billion. I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, moving on here. We're at 20 minutes. Look at some of the comments. VeVe says, "Can't you go live 2 hours earlier?" So this I kind of set up because I wanted to. I have a Decat space at 10. But in general, like I've tried this out with multiple different times. 8 does seem to be where I would get the most viewers, because at 6, you still have a lot of people in California that are still at work. You still have a bunch of people that are in the US that are like having dinner with their families. 8 just seems, or in the East Coast having dinner with their families and stuff. 8 just seems to be like, unless you're like young and you're like going out and you have a date, 8 o'clock is like, you're kind of, although it's Friday, I feel like people like on Fridays, they just go out anyway, regardless, even if they're not young and they just, they don't have dates and they just go out for fun. But I feel like for a lot of people that are just like, hey, it's Friday, we can stay up, we can do whatever. It's a decent time. I know it sucks for people in Europe. They can catch me on the replay, or I know I have people that say like, I just went up to get to the bathroom and and you were live, so I hopped on. So I get that. In an ideal world, I would, yeah, maybe at some point I'll make this a little bit earlier for people, especially on Fridays and Saturdays. Regardless, this first like 9 minutes ago, suspense is killing me. I love that photo. That reminds me of the little blobs from Fairly Odd Parents, where they're all gray blobs. Oh my God, VeVe Magic! Where did you come from? My bae. Not my bae. Just I call everyone my bae. I feel like I can't talk to girls the same way I talk to guys, because if I talk to guys, I'm like, yo, girl, like, what up, bae? Like, nobody bats an eye. But if I talk to a girl, it's like, oh, hello, bae. And I just mean it the exact same way. It's just like a term of like endearment of just what I call people. Like Kel Mitchell going off and saying, like, in the 90s, he's a dude, she's a dude. Like, we're all dudes. Like, I feel like I use bae as just like this non-gender thing, and everyone's just a dude. Anyway, how's it going, Magic? I hope you're well. Let's get to some of the news that I was not able to get. There's so much to go over. All right, let's just go. Let's go where it goes. Abdullah Jafar saying, "I've noticed that VeVe is doing multiple drops related to Captain America. This comic may drop soon too. That would be awesome, especially now. I feel like a lot of the left has just calling everyone Hitler, which is nuts. But yeah, this is a great one. This is a great one. I love this. So there's someone in the Guinness Book of World Records that has just an insane room filled with Star Wars memorabilia. Be wild if we could get him on VeVe, right? The mention. Oh, what is this? Oh, I got some more DEVVE stuff. Someone says, because any mention of the DEVVE or Fias token has been removed from the DEVVE exchange page, what is the relationship between DEVVE Digital and the Forever Foundation and its DEVVE token? The DEVVE token does not have a similar use to Binance and its BNB token. DEVVEO and DEVVE Digital and their shareholders may do very well. The token holders may not. Tom Anderson goes and says, there will be an announcement in the near future of how DEVVE is utilized in the DEVVE exchange. Per reach. Adam Mack over on the VeVe official page on Facebook says, if you own a London Police set on VeVe, you should think about picking up a Genesis key for a hefty discount. Shout out to him for that. You get a physical key card, signed and numbered, claimable complimentary screen print, signed and numbered, opt into the next premium art print, only available for holders, so it's going to be extremely collectible. Discord channel access to be part of the DAO, 777 XP, access to AR functionality. Oh, that's pretty nice. Access eligible for airdrops, and more to come. Shout out to the London police for that. Life of bots. Did you hear what? Oh, okay. That's why I think. All right. So DEVVE could become the first approved Swiss crypto exchange. That would be nuts. Ooh, super chat. Coming in from Millie saying, "Have a great weekend, dude. Thanks for the content. No problem." So there was, I don't know if it was Millie, or if it was emoji. I was probably Millie space. I don't know if I have it. Let's go to VeVe official. VeVe. Wait, what just happened? Okay, there we go. VeVe collectibles and friends. It was a post the other day. Dr. Profit was on my channel. Token sub. And it was on Saturday, but somebody like took the clip, and the clip was, what are you clipping, O'Milly? Why did you do that? Why did you give me $2? What is the all right, like I guess I'll figure that out at some point. But the clip was when Dr. Profit was on my channel. Is this it? Token Gate? And emoji, I know you want to talk about that piece. You obviously not tonight because you are. Oh yeah, all right. So Oscar Richard Frontera says token gating, sneak peek near the future. If you're not connected with O'Milly on X and are missing his State of the Union discussions, I'm not sure what you're doing. What you're doing with your life. He hosts some of the best conversations with great members of the VeVe community, and you might even catch some valuable insights, aka alpha, sprinkled throughout the discussions. Here's a little clip shared from a space that Real Randy Chavez was hosting, whom you should also be following on all social media platforms for great content and alpha. I don't know what he's talking. I don't give any alpha. Am I what's his name from Hogan Heroes? Because I see nothing. I really don't. So they took the clip of Dr. Profit on, and he was talking about Stacker, and this was like 3 or 4 in the morning, like their time in like, I think he was in Germany. And he was getting like dangerously close to like leaking something. And I was like, oh no, like it was one of those moments where like, oh, I need an adult. Where's the closest adult? Oh God, I'm the closest adult. Oh God, what is this? And I was like, so he was getting close to like revealing something, and I was like, "Hey, Dr. Profit, you ever driven on the Autobahn? You know, you're in Germany now." Just tried, like, it was the most unsmooth change of subjects that has ever been witnessed and clipped in human history. Yeah, exactly. So, we listen, but we don't judge, and yeah. So But most of the time, I feel like I never have anyone on that'll give alpha, and if they do, I try to cut them off at the pass so they don't do that accidentally. Anyway, let's get to some more of the comments. Do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? I'm sorry. Turtle says, sounds like we're about to get a giant loaf of bread toasted with butter or PB&J. I like peanut butter. I like butter. Not a fan of jelly. It's like sticky. It's weird. I don't like it. It's like sticky, but also like slippery and loose, and it like goes places. And I'm just not a fan. It's not my thing. Bill Garner says my number 11 London Police Jonas Key is on its way. Already got the digital, my man. Good for you, brother. You gave me $11 for number 11. That's really great. I'm really happy for you. That was superb. You got a lot of cool stuff. Vincent Zerzolo texted me today. He's just like, hey, how much did they pay for this? Because you got the 9.8 signed comic by Vincent, David, and other people, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure. And he's like, could you check? I was like, oh yeah. So I checked, and then I was like, oh damn, yeah, you be getting that bread, Bill Gardner. You're an awesome part of the community. Okay, so also I should have to tell you that the largest iceberg is on a collision course for an island that is not inhabited by humans, but it's inhabited by a bunch of king penguins. And I feel like we should do something to help the penguins because they don't know that it's coming. They don't have satellite technology to be able to tell that this giant floating rock of ice is gonna like destroy them and everything that they know and love. I just wanted to bring awareness to that. Anyway, VeVe has a new thing out. They have a new ad. It's the same ad that was played at Comic-Con saying like, I collect Marvel Mighties, and I put me, Mark Wayne, there's a bunch of people on there. Yostef is on there as well. A bunch of awesome stuff. Awesome people. They have a new video about Galactus, Silver Surfer, Emoji. Oh, maybe Emoji made that. Nice. And more. Trading cards know they need the shelf space at Walmart / Target to reach the masses. Movies know they need AMC or Netflix. Omi and therefore VeVe need Coinbase and Robinhood to reach the masses. He adds David Yu. That was VeVe Viral posting about that. Okay. For 1 point. Okay, so one thing on Definity, and then I'll get back to Omi. For point 1, is there a ballpark how much of the daily revenue may potentially flow back into the Definity token? Point 3, how does the bank model correlate to the token utility itself? Point 4, what relationship is there between Definity and crypto repos? And 5, same, what is the relationship here to Definity? Manu goes on and says, we are focused on not only generating revenue, but on ensuring that we have multiple income streams to ensure longevity within the business. Essentially, the principal utility of the Definity token is to enable holders to achieve discounts on services. Those services are the anomaly detector, electronic trading, market making, crypto repo, Bitline, which is gaming repo. And above and beyond that, we will be using a portion of the revenue to buy and burn tokens. However, to ensure that we don't fall foul of securities legislation, as I am sure you are aware, these need to be unspecified amounts at uncertain frequencies. Love him for that. Saying, I'm going to repeat this just to make sure that everyone is clear. The principal utility of Definity token is to enable holders to achieve discounts on those particular things that I mentioned before. Let's get to something that came out yesterday. So VeVe new hires. There's a new, well, I'll get to the new, like one of the newest hires that they had. That was Emma Hill. Emma Hill posted on LinkedIn about a week ago, saying, we're looking for a customer lifecycle whiz to join my team at VeVe. If you're passionate about driving customer engagement and growth, you'll have the opportunity in this role to design and implement our lifecycle program from the ground up. We have a strong growth agenda, so this is an exciting role that has the potential to have big impact on our innovative business. If you know someone who fits the mold, please share. She is, let's go back to the beginning for her. She was a marketing coordinator at Harvey World Travel from March of 2000. How old is this freaking woman? She looks good. Anyway, I mean that as in she looks young for having been in the marketing world since 25 years ago. Marketing manager at communications for Westfield in the UK. She was at Westfield as a marketing manager and a senior marketing manager, senior brand manager on The Warehouse. She was senior marketing advisor at Auckland Tourism Events and Economic Development. She did that through September 2011 through July of 2014. And then she was, okay. After that, she was on Sovereign. I have no idea how to pronounce that, as a marketing services manager, and then a brand and product marketing manager. Then she moved over to NIB. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but she was direct lifecycle manager and a head to direct to consumer and group sales, which I love that she's part of group sales. Then a strategic project manager as well, up through halfway of 2020. Then she was at growth partner at the Growery. I feel like I have rhoticism and I can't pronounce my R's. Growery. Head of marketing at Sirius Health Group. That was through 2021. Then marketing communications manager at Flow Software from 2021 to 2022. Then marketing manager at Binance New Zealand before she became chief customs officer at VeVe in late December. So anyone, gotta get another beer here. Shout out to Not Your Father's Root Beer. They are not sponsoring the channel. Okay. But they should. Oh, okay. There's so much. Okay, we're learning here. So if anyone in the military knows, or if they were even a private investigator, working with the same team tends to have its benefits. If you work with different people, you have to learn certain things. You have to make up backstories. You have to go and say, like, you're not sure how they're going to react in a situation. But working with the same team, you can use references to a job you did back. You can use references for a job you did back in a different country to this here right now. And not everything has to be a lie. A lot of it can be the truth. Just change a couple names here and there. So again, a ton of advantages of working with the same team. You get to learn how they move, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. It is quite possible that Emma Hill might not have been the most qualified or the cheapest to get. She might have been a little more expensive. She might have been like any of these things that are coming to mind. But because Ben had worked with her before and he knows what to expect, you could have somebody that's like perfect on paper. Like, you look great. But then certain things come out where it's like, okay, I didn't know. If I knew you had been like this, I wouldn't have fucking hired you. But because he knows Emma and worked with her for presumably X amount of years, he knows at the very least just, and this is going to come off bad, just how to deal with her. And most, she's probably a delight. I mean, go. Sounds like she's pretty smart. Going and moving every couple of years to another job, which is a smart thing to do, because there's only so much room to grow at one company after X amount of years, and there's only so much more money you could ask for. By moving every couple of years, you can have like, oh, instead of like a 6% raise, you can get like a 20% raise. Like you can triple your salary in a couple of years just by moving. So the fact that she's done this proves that she's intelligent. She has a fudge ton of experience from all of these different companies, and because she's worked with Ben before, they have this synergy, they have this energy, and they probably work really well together. And this is probably just a bunch off of his plate, where if he were to hire a chief custom officer from anywhere else, he would have probably had to keep an eye on him, probably had to say, like, okay, check in with him every now and then. But now that he has somebody that he's worked with before in Emma Hill, he's probably just like, I don't need to check on it. That's a load off my plate, a weight off my shoulders. So this is something that's really positive. This is something that the chief customs, let's see what she says. This is from a month ago. I don't know if I really need to read that. But basically, she didn't leave Binance off like bad terms. Just said the last two and bit years have been a wild ride. Just look at some of my favorite photos below for evidence that she goes and posts. Again, it does not sound like it was any bad blood at all. It sounds like it was just time. Maybe VeVe had a better position, whatever. But a chief customer officer in general, they tend to be like a first shirt in the military, at least for the Air Force. You just oversee the entire customer journey within that company. You ensure that every interaction tends to align with those customer experiences, and you have that personal touch. I don't know if I'll ever need to really get her on the podcast. I don't know if she's that type of guy. She's probably busy as heck. But one of the other things that they are doing, the current openings. So you have the data analyst, whatever. You have a lifecycle lead, been marketing that for a while. And then you have an events coordinator. It can be remote. It's constant community. It is part-time. Now, I don't know who's gone out for this job. It's probably a bunch of applicants there. I'll say that they need one, because whoever was doing that in San Diego, I remember talking to people that were kind of working with VeVe or with VeVe at that time. Corey, My Collectibles, Omi Homies, Max and Janie, VeVe Magic. And apparently the place that they got was like way too small. There was like no air conditioning. It was like whoever had that job in when they booked that for San Diego, thank God they're getting someone new, because I would never have been a part of that. My recommendation for this, and I hope VeVe's listening, would be VeVe Magic for for the reasons that you would think, because I know her, she's awesome, she can throw things together like that. But she's also, because she's worked with them on like a, I guess you'd call her like a, I want to say ambassador, like a contractor. I don't think she's ever officially worked for the company. Maybe she might have. I don't know. But she's somebody that has worked with David and Dan in the past, knows how they are, can be a really good conduit. She knows the community. Heck, David, I know, has put a lot of trust in her in certain things in the past. I feel like she has done quite a lot of stuff. There's a reason why I say VeVe Magic does the Lord's work. That might have not have been clear. Does the Lord's work, because this is a lot of stuff that she does in general. VeVe did not officially go to DCon in Vegas, but fudge if there weren't a lot of VeVe peeps there, a lot of which were organized by VeVe Magic. She legit had the Magic Mansion. It was an event that everyone knew about just based off of her name. And a lot of stuff that she had done, and I had talked to Ben about this, I think both publicly and privately, is just saying like, hey, when you go to an event eventually, it's probably better that you are seen with and hang out with like the VeVe Magic, Omi Homies, Max and Janie, because they're more of what VeVe and what I assume Marvel, Disney, etc. would want, that image that you would want to purport out there, because they don't really do anything that's crazy. They are the like perfect people that you would want on paper. Now, obviously, that's not to say that like, oh, stay away from me. I would love to hang out with them, but like, God forbid me and my crew are up to shenanigans and tomfoolery, and we just don't want Ben to like be involved with that, because he's gotta remain above the circle for some of the degenerate stuff that we do. I would much rather, like, one, I don't plan events, but people have asked me in the past, would you ever work for VeVe? And sure, if the situation warrants it. But for this, and I don't know what other applicants they have, but as far as hiring from the community, there is no other choice that I would pick other than VeVe Magic. There would be none. And I know it's a part-time job, and maybe she's like, well, I was kind of hoping for full time. I don't know. I don't know her wants or needs. But if I'm VeVe, if I'm on there, that is a super easy pick. I don't even need to interview anybody. Like that's it. Reallocate those time and resources that you would go to interview or other places, and just hire VeVe Magic on the spot. That's just what I would do. Anywho, let's get to some of the comments here. What's the extra piece evil? How does it seem evil? Let me know on that. There was average. Oh yes, thank you, Senor. Lots of super chats today. Not your father's root beer is so good. Truckin' Hank saying TGIF. Yo, what's going on? TGIF. Crypto Junkie Princess. Oh yeah, on your live. I'm so sorry you had to wait 28 minutes in order for me to get to you, but that is my bad. I hope you saw it, and if you don't, I'll shoot you a message later. Dr. Strange saying what up, 100%. Let's go back on a couple of other things that we had here. Handsome Devil, okay, Definity stuff, NATO. Okay, so here's, every NATO country is supposed to contribute about 2% of their GDP to like the defense budget, right? And I think Justin Trudeau in like earlier in 2024 had mentioned, yeah, we'll get to that point by like 2032. Give us a chance to turn it around. So there was like a timeline that Trudeau had saying like by 2032 we'll be contributing 2%. And Donald Trump got on stage at the World Economic Forum a couple days ago and said that actually the requirement to be in NATO for all NATO countries is 5%. Canada's not going to be part of NATO. They're not going to be able to do that. And because of that, I feel like, and between that in conjunction with the tariffs that'll start on February 1st, I think Canada can very well become America's 51st state. Just you know, my opinion on that. So yeah, he signed an executive order to create a national digital asset stockpile. There's a Star Wars meme. Executive order. Yep, Omi going up. Welcome. Charles Delgado says, welcome set number 291 to my vault. Yes, sir. Oh, and I hit level 95 a few days ago, almost hit level 100. Very good, Charles Delgado. I'm very happy for you reaching level 95 while having 291 sets. Congrats. So President Trump signed an executive order declassifying all JFK, RFK, and MLK assassination files. Am I Squidward in that episode where he has like no sleep because the truth will be revealed? It's him. I cannot. Oh my god! I can't freaking wait for that. I don't know if my next guest is going to be very helpful on that. Shout out to Greg Schultz. Greg Schultz was Biden's former campaign manager in 2020. The reason he got elected. He will be back on the podcast on February 13th. Gotta love Greg Schultz. I'll ask him about it. Be like, what do you think happened? I plan to ask him about a bunch of stuff, bro. Danny DeVito as Elsa. I never knew I needed this image in my life, but Danny DeVito as Elsa, 10 out of 10 would smash. There's a buddy of mine that's a teacher, and she put like what are like the founding fathers or whatever on the board via. I guess they don't have, what were those called, where you have it on like a light and then the light shines. Whatever, they don't have those anymore. But she put it on like the chalkboard, whiteboard monitor, and one of her students automatically said "smash," and I would have lost my mind. That would have been hysterical. Anyway, from Cointelegraph, Rep. Brian Steele has been selected to the chair of the House subcommittee focused on cryptocurrency. Steele is set to modernize financial regulations to account for blockchain technology. Get that bread. Like it's gonna be a pick whatever you want. Yep. Best interest, adopt. Yep. I don't know why it would change the world. Undeniable. Yep. A lot of these things are pretty undeniable. Crypto industry is going to succeed, but is VeVe Apple or are they Motorola? Who's to say? Either way, there's going to be a ton of gains for both VeVe and Omi alike. Also, Trump. So the SEC had rescinded SAB 121, which prevented banks from custodying Bitcoin. So now they can, which is great. Great. Yep. Fox interview. Nope, not gonna go over that. First appearance mini is only $43. Ooh, probably get some. One of the things that I will definitely be spending money on is the, what do you call it? Is the snake stamps. So it is the year of the snake in the Chinese zodiac. They have snake stamps coming out, I think on next Tuesday. Definitely going to get those. I have all of the stamps for all the animals so far. And next year is my year, baby. Next year. Oh, is it next year? Year of the horse. Yeah, it's going to be next year. Next year will be the year of the horse. I cannot wait. But the year of the snake is going to start on. When's it start on? When's the Chinese New Year? Oh, it's going to start on the 29th. So I cannot wait for that because I love it. Anyway, Web's saying Omi's definitely missing the cycle. If they're waiting for crypto laws, then so. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Walrus King says, what up, Real Randy Chavez? What up, Walrus King? Thank you so much for being a member. You too, Wes. Thank you for being a member. Bill Gardner says, if Definity goes up and Omi goes down around the same time, that would be, dude. So again, goal. Definity goes up, sell it for Omi and Definity. One of them goes up, likely Omi, sell it for there's a decent chance that I have like 8 million Definity by the end of the year or like the middle of the year. Just because of stuff like that. I can't wait. I can't freaking wait. I'll have, if it stays down here while other stuff goes up, I'll have like, I don't know, 10% of the supply if that were to happen. I mean, at some point, now granted, it's crypto. Definity could run tomorrow for absolutely no reason, but I think DEVVE will run first, and then I think DEVVE runs. I don't know when it like kind of soft ran, and yeah, got in the profit. I haven't taken any out yet. Excuse me, but I love that. But it's a Friends reference. If it goes on and it has a, again, even just to like $10. I know it's not a lot, but even just to like $10, I'll go on and get 50 million Omi, and then I don't know, what would it be? I don't know, like another 30,000 of Definity. I'll get a lot more. I'll get. Oh, who dis? Nice. So close to 69. Sorry, there's a message I had to take. Anyway, moving on here. Yeah, so I think by the time Definity runs, I'll have a very large amount. I'll have several million. Regardless, or if Cardano runs for the first, runs for me first, then I'll split it into Omi and Definity, get that bread. Well, Cardano, haven't that kind of run already? I mean, let's see. Yeah, Cardano's already a $35 billion market cap. Now, in order to surpass Doge, it needs to go in and add 17 billion to it. So, I get it. It's got to grow by 50% just to reach the number 8. So definitely has room to run. Let's take a look at it. Let's see where max. Oh yeah, it should definitely do a 3x before the end of the year. Maybe in the next couple of months. I don't know, but I would say it does the minimum of 3x at that point, which would be, yeah, get it to, let's say, like $3. And then that's just kind of all-time highs. That's not considering like what it could do beyond that. Wouldn't sell Cardano to $5 though. Oh, Bill. I feel like Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill, I love you so. I always will. I don't listen. I'm sure it gets there at some point, but I don't think it gets there for a while. That's a 5x from here. That makes it $150 million market, $150 billion market cap. I'm not saying it doesn't get there. Definitely can, but there's just so much other stuff that's going to do a lot more than a 5x from here. But by all means, if I assume this is where you have most of your money, just because that's the safest. But I'm sure you've already gotten some gains. Let's go to the last 3 months. Yeah, like if you, assuming you've had Cardano for at least a couple months, it was 32 cents in November. So you've done like a 3x since then. And I'm sure you've probably taken a little bit of profit depending on when you got it. But again, that's just the last couple of months. If you go back, well, if you go back to, I don't know if you've held it since September of last year. It was at 24 cents. Again, 30-something cents in October. It's just a lot. Dog boy saying making those mushrooms. Oh my God, yes, girl, preach. So I had like 12 of those mushrooms. Are you drinking it? So it's not your father's root beer. It's 5.9% alcohol. And I'm not gonna lie, I think it's my favorite beer ever. You can't really have more than like 2 or 3 because there's quite a bit of sugar in them. So Bud Light Platinums are really cool, but not your father's root beer is just al dente, Italian for to the tooth. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, the mushrooms would be great. Let's go back to Peru. I don't know if I ever will. I probably won't, to be honest. Yeah, no. The only reason I would go there would be like to do like ayahuasca in the, not the Andes Mountains, like Machu Picchu or something like that. But I don't think I would. I don't need to be in Machu Picchu to do ayahuasca. I don't think there'd be really anything for me there. And thank you so much, Amelie, for the. There's just have a great week, dude. Thanks for the content. Yeah, no problem. I'm sure you got a little bit of content in that 13-hour stream I did the other day. Anyway, I'm not even gonna go over that. Look at this little ferret with its little macaronis on its head. I think that's awesome. There's a buddy of mine that texted me saying diversity training in the Air Force was canceled. Thought that was wild. Oh my God, yeah, it's doing so much. So much. Is this yesterday? Oh shit, it is yesterday. Okay. Greg White will be coming back on the podcast soon as well. I think I already told y'all. Went over the Emma Hill stuff. Daily users targeted. I'll go over that as well. Universal Orlando Resort may replace the Springfield area with Pokemon. The Springfield area is the Simpsons. They live in Springfield. I don't know if it's Missouri. There's like 4 different Springfields in the U.S. I don't know which one they're in. I'm sure it's been calculated which one they're in. But if they go and they replace the Simpsons stuff with Pokemon stuff, right now I don't know if it's goal, but probably before the end of the year, I'll get a place. It was going to be Arizona, one place in the great state of Ohio, and then one place in Arizona. I might get but if they come out with that place in Universal, I want two different things. I want a place to chill in the summer, and then I want a place to be really warm in the winter. So Florida in the winter would be great. Arizona in the winter would be great. But I will not be in Arizona in the summer or Florida in the summer. Maybe Ohio. Maybe people. So the places people really want me to go is Arizona, Portugal, and New York. Florida, the only reason I'd really go is if they have a Pokemon park over in there, and I'll find a way for VeVe to be included, meaning like I'll go in and so I already have utility for the Secret Rare Alligator Loki, where if you have that whenever I'm in Florida, I'll pay for your ticket to Universal Studios when we go to Harry Potter World, et cetera, et cetera. So I'll figure out a way for more utility to get into Pokemon World if they do that. What's $2 Canadian buy? I have no idea. Well, I don't know what. I mean, that could probably buy something like a bag of chips, maybe. I doubt you're here legally. No, I am. I remember being in kindergarten and getting taken out of class so I can go to this place where they had free Oreos, and that's got to be like the most American cookie out there, right? Yeah, like that was part of their slogan, like America's favorite cookie. So I had these Oreos, and then they used me for like a photo op, and like I was just upset that they took me away from the cookies, but they put like a little American flag in my hand, and I like had to wave it. And I remember like one of the first signs that I was autistic as fuck was that I was like, because like the lights, so cameras nowadays, you could have the flash on or off, but cameras in like 1996 like blinded you. And my little autistic brown ass was like, and every time that flashed, I did the and so they did it like a bunch of different times, and that's my anyway. That was definitely yeah, that was definitely Billy. That was me with the clip asking you about the Autobahn to change the subject. Yeah, I definitely knew it was you. Okay, there was the Tom DeVio stuff that I talked about. Then the viral. Oh, so how to buy crypto. The Google search just hit an all-time high. That's amazing. Shout out to Google. This is my Roman Empire. I swear to God. Don't need Bitcoin. Oh, so if you're not woke, you might need Bitcoin. Bank of America, with over 70 million customers, claim they don't do political litmus tests, but now 15 state AGs are calling them out for allegedly debanking conservatives. One of their actions might be illegal and threaten free speech. God damn. Yep, Bank of America has been placed on notice by 15 state AGs for debanking conservatives. Damn, that is nuts. Argentina President Javier Milei to form an alliance with President Trump, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, Hungary Prime Minister Viktor Orban, and others to counter certain ideologies and to make the world great again. Considering quite the okay. Somebody's asking, can we help out the World Liberty Financial with some of their DeFi needs? Considering the quite extreme stance that Trump has taken with the launch of the official Trump meme coin, and if rumored highly pro-crypto executive orders are passed, that may severely limit the power and influence of certain agencies, such as the SEC, how will this specifically affect Definity and marketing? And Manu says, we can probably do more than that, and I cannot wait. We're getting into today. We'll go over some of the rest of the comments. Bill Gardner saying, my number 11 London Police Genesis key is on the way. Already got the digital. Preach, man. You know, sign language? No. So there's a CSI episode once where I guess Grissom knew sign language, and there was like a deaf person, and he's saying that this was not a kill, this was a hit and run, and that's like the I don't know why, but I remember that. So that's like the only thing that I know. And then I think there was an episode of Modern Family where they signed like ass. I don't know how to do it though. It's all about the apple butter. I'm not a fan of. I don't like apples. It's a Penguin cruise ship. It might maybe Carlos Noriega. Let's see what he has to offer, Mr. Carlos. No. Oh, he's a Peruvian American astronaut. What? Peruvian American NASA employee, a former NASA astronaut, and a retired U.S. Marine Corps lieutenant colonel. Damn, he was in 05. Fudge. Man, he was a good looking cat back in the day too. I'm jealous of his hairline. Damn. Oh, he died. Oh, well, maybe not. Well, so I guess I'm getting conflicting stuff from his Carlos Noriega, but that's a different Carlos Noriega. This dude's got to be on the roids. I think it's obituary, but that's definitely not him. There was okay, yeah, no, we're good. He's still alive. He's actually 65 years old. Wow, somebody from Peru that's doing good stuff out there. Oh, he's smart. His bachelor's in computer science. Got a master's in computer science, master's degree in space systems operations from. Oh my god, I am doing nothing with my life compared to this dude. Air Medal with Combat Distinguishing Service, Air Medal Strike Flight Award, Navy Achievement Medal, 2 NASA space flight. I have a couple medals from the military, but I don't think they're anywhere near as impressive as what this guy did. So I'm just gonna bow my head to thee. Investors never put 100% in a single investment. I did a couple times. Worked out for me. He's talking out of his butt now. What was I talking about 25 minutes ago? I don't know. VeVe Magic. Oh, give me those hearts. And I submitted a number of recommendations for that event too. Planning is my jam. I'm always planning events. Working on 2 right now. I wonder what they are. VeVe Magic is my homegirl. There was a shirt I saw a while back saying "Mary is my homegirl." It was like a Jesus. I don't know if anyone remembers back in the day. It was like 20 years ago. Oh, so old. That said Jesus is my homeboy. And then there was a counter to that called like Mary is my homegirl, like t-shirts. Magic is my homegirl. I love her. In the most I just love her. Haha, yeah, still here, no worries, I'm patient. Oh. Man. Love you, crypto junkie princess. Stretch yourself out. So somebody's saying, don't stretch yourself out. The altcoin season hasn't started yet. Anyone criticizing anything before it have no evidence of anything. Just wait and accumulate in the crypto you prefer and have done your research on. There are coins with less background that will rise more than Omi because it's almost exclusively a speculation process cycle, and some others won't. But Omi has what it's needed to be part of the altcoin season cycle. Agreed. Alex Becker goes on and says, good job panic selling your first shot at generational wealth right before the biggest alt season in history, you fat effing God, I love this guy. It's amazing. Not a single chance Canada becomes. No, there's a greater than 0% chance, Gabriel. There's a greater than 0% chance. It can happen. Will it happen? I have no idea. But can it? Absolutely can. The odds probably not great, but also I said greater than 0 for like stuff that's impossible. I'd say greater than 10%. Yeah, greater than 10%. Key member of the. Oh no, can't do that. How did New York make? Oh, so New York made history yesterday, where there was a 5-day stretch where nobody died from a gunshot wound for the first time in like ever. until like this morning when somebody got shot in like Brooklyn. But for 5 days, New York had no deaths by gunfire. Again, until this morning. But, anyway, I'm excited to have that be a thing in history. Stake the other day, not sure I get. So anyone give me? Oh, okay. So somebody saying, can anyone give me 3 advantages that DEVVE has over XRP? I will check back later. This one might be for Call Me Filthy, that has Omi and XRP as his largest bags. And again, 3 advantages that DEVVE has over XRP. Infinite scalability. DEVVE leverages horizontal scalability through its unique sharding architecture, allowing it to handle an unlimited number of transactions per second, surpassing the high throughput capabilities of XRP. And you have enterprise and regulatory flexibility. DEVVE's blockchain ecosystem supports cross-jurisdictional compliance by enabling enterprises to customize shards for specific regulatory needs. This adaptability is critical for global enterprises and is a feature not inherently present with XRP. And you have interoperability with Web 2 infrastructure. DEVVE is designed to seamlessly integrate traditional Web 2 systems into Web 3 applications, enabling a broader range of business and governmental use cases compared to XRP. Then you have quantum resistance. DEVVE's architecture is designed for adaptability, allowing the implementation of advanced cryptographic protocols as they are developed, ensuring security against quantum computing threats, feature that XRP lacks. Then there's unique ecosystem features. DEVVE includes innovations like DEVVE Drops, which reward distribution, a Genesis NFT program with multiple benefits, and its upcoming DEVVE Exchange, a hybrid exchange providing a unique market. A unique market experience, and these ecosystems enhancements offer functionalities beyond XRP's scope. Also, they don't fund their company through monthly dumps of the token on the market, one of Austin's biggest gripes with XRP. Omi XRP are very similar. They definitely have their use cases. XRP VeVe are similar. Meow, meow, meow. Magic says, who wants to play a VeVe fan poker tournament at the Venetian in a private room before the next decom? I can get it done easily. Already had 2 meetings about it. It would be a blast. So this is why VeVe Magic needs to be the next events coordinator. Who else can do that? Who else? Maybe 1 or 2 other people that would definitely not be suitable for the events coordinator job. VeVe Magic, as far as I'm concerned, the job is yours. And if VeVe doesn't hire you, they're stupid. Or mostly that they're just, I would not understand the financial or the social calculus of hiring someone other than you. I do not. Honest to God, I do not. Like all signs point, like if I had a magic 8-ball, logically and emotionally, all signs point to you being the right choice. Are you drinking actual? Oh yeah, no. So this is actual beer. It's got an alcohol content sticker. VeVe is more like Nintendo than Apple Motorola. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they don't have like any of their own IP. I wish they would have more of their own IP. I have so many ideas, VeVe. Let me write for you. Let me put you in my comic. You got to pay for it, but let me put you in my comic. Centralized exchanges recorded an aggregate yearly volume of 75.8 trillion in 2024, surpassing the previous all-time high of 65 trillion set in 2021. ECB pitches digital euro as a response to Trump's crypto push, and U.S. securities regulator opens the door for Wall Street banks to hold crypto. Howdy, Hobarlo. What's up, Ginferno? Howdy to you, senor. Meow, 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 meow. John, turn yourself in, self-support. We know I feel like my English is far better than most of Americans, even the legal ones. Like I know that, well, I should say this. Excluding illegal immigrants or people where English is not their first language, so excluding those people, my English is probably far superior than most of the other people that are inside of the continental United States. And I would say even the intercontinental with Alaska and Hawaii, and then maybe now Canada and Greenland. So that's what I would say. You can believe. I mean, you should be able to tell. Space Dust IPA. I have not had a Space Dust IPA, but maybe one day. Someday, yeah, put it together and we'll get it undone. Am I Protest the Hero singing "Turn Soonest to the Sea"? Because maybe someday, maybe someday. Are you counting your money before it's in your hand again? No, I'm just going on and hello, Definity, $1,400 going in, making it 3.8 cents. Shout out to them. No, it's good to plan for the future, and at some point something's going to pump. DEVVE's already pumped a bit, but whether it be DEVVE, whether it be Omi, whether it be Definity, most likely it's going to go DEVVE, Omi, Definity. And it's good to have plans for all contingencies. And again, if Omi, let's say Definity pumps first, do I have as much as I want? No. Do I have enough where if it does a 20x while everything else doesn't, and it kind of stays here, then yeah, I'll take a little bit out of there and put some into Omi and DEVVE and other stuff. But I mean, there's other things that could go. Like there's Fias that could go. There's Senate that could go. There's Alluvium and Flow that could go. But I don't have enough of that to be like for it to really matter as much. Bill Garner says Bank of America debanks so many conservatives. Like, yeah, preach, girl, preach. Oh, okay. So daily users targeted. The first like 10 days of January were not good at all for VeVe. They had less than 1,000 users on most of those days. However, from 14 January to 20 January, there was only one day that had a less than 1,000 users, and that was on 15 January. Then you have the 13th, 21st, and 22nd that had less than 1,000 users. 21 January actually had only 799 users. So not a ton, but it seems like, again, they're cooking. They have people that they're hiring for marketing. It's going to come out at some point. When? I don't know, but I think we'll start to really see the token price move because of that in Q2. It's got to let them cook. Sergio Rodriguez posts that UFC fighter Josh Emmett is a known VeVe collector. How cool would it be if VeVe partnered with him to release these trading cards on the platform? It'd be cool if some of them came as digitals that can be redeemed for the signed physicals. Please make this happen. I would love that as well. Gotta love Josh Emmett. He is the man. VeVe Zombie saying, yo, zombie. Bill Carter says, what up, zombie? Zombie. Okay, so let's say that I want to trade Ethereum on the DEVVE exchange. Do we also need to migrate Ethereum to DEVVX? Like what's happening with DEVVE soon? Or can we trade ETH in its usual form? You have Tom Anderson going on and saying, it will be wrapped Bitcoin and wrapped ETH. The underlying tokens will be held in a trustworthy system with insurance or with large financial institutions that TradFi trusts. One thing that is compelling with our approach is that if DEVVE Digital were to go bankrupt, not expected, of course, but regulators want to understand what happens if so, and users can directly get assets back from the bailment system, we will dramatically reduce risk, and the type of thing that happened at FTX can't happen with our system. Shout out to them for that. Alex Becker, yeah, Alex Becker's funny, man. He's hilarious. Oh, God, need some water. Too much sugar. Needed some water. Yum, yum, yum. Sergio Rodriguez posts, pick your poison. VeVe is Apple and OpenSea is Android. Some people love Android because it's an open ecosystem. The same can be said about OpenSea, but both of those platforms also thrive. People love Apple and its closed ecosystem. Same can be said about VeVe, and both of those platforms thrive. Some people prefer an open ecosystem versus a closed one, and vice versa. Instead of knocking platforms because they're open or closed, just appreciate them for what they are. I love VeVe for what it is, not for what it isn't. Good call. It's not death by gun, but by lunatic. Guns don't have arms. legs or brains. That is a fair point. They do not. Speaking of arms or legs, depending on what you have, everyone, if y'all can go smash that like button, that is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways to Patreon, super thanks button down below, super chats as well. You know the drill. Excuse me. Just Omi and XRP all the way. Maybe we get XRP to flip Ethereum at some point. Who knows? Biggest Bros, Randy, we agree. Magic should be a shoe, and agreed. I would 100% hire Magic for that position. It is part-time, so I don't like. Yeah, they need to fill the position. Magic has a ton of experience, not only working with the team, but being able to be a conduit between the that's the bridge. In the same way that Korra, Legend of Korra, like the Avatar, is a go-between in between the spirit world and the physical world. VeVe Magic is definitely the go-between between the team and the community. She's hella good at what she does. I trust her with I would trust her with anything of mine. So yeah, she should be in. I'm putting my full weight of Randy Chavez behind her for the job of, I forget what the job was called. Let's take a look at it. I know I put it a screenshot. It was good events coordinator. So yeah, should be a shoo-in. There shouldn't be many other people that like. Again, let's say you have somebody that's what they did professionally. If you have somebody that's what they did professionally, or that's what they do professionally, they're not going to go work for VeVe part-time if they're looking for a full-time job. Now, just because it's a part-time job doesn't mean that around certain events, like I imagine in the months of December, January, not going to be too crazy. But in the months of May and June and July, like getting up to San Diego Comic-Con, that'd probably be a full-time job. And in the months of August, September, October, yeah, so probably like a full-time job for like 6 months. And the other times, maybe kind of just chilling. But a lot of times you really need to go in and put in that full-time schedule in the weeks planning going into that event. And then there's other stuff that happens that's obviously not. Like you're not going to be planning really for. Honestly, though, they're probably already planning for Comic-Con. Magic will have her work cut out for her most likely, but we'll see. Quite Billy saying, but you don't have the president. But you don't have the president having dinner with Stu, all the Roddy and Brad Narlinghouse from Ripple, who utilizes XRP. And XRP has been critiqued left, right, up, down, in, and out, and out. It's a whole. I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that, but yeah, let's say TLDR. We'll agree. I'll agree. Maybe. Hi, Randy VeVe. What's up, Mr. MC1? How's it going, brother? I love you. Call me Philly saying it's legitimate and nobody else can say that about any of their tokens, including Bitcoin and its mystery holders and institutional holders and Chinese influence. Didn't Chinese just like sell a bunch of their Bitcoin? VeVe Magic, give me those hearts. Are you still here, VeVe Magic? Oh, such a good girl. They call me Philly saying Nintendo pretty much as a closed platform. Yeah, so they're so there have been people that asked me about, I don't know where, like, guys, I don't work for the company. I don't have any NDAs. I don't, like, they're not going to tell me, like, if there's going to be stuff going on, they're not going to tell me. But people will be like, hey, Randy, tell me. Do we have Pokemon? And it's like, so let me tell you guys a story. 11, 12 years ago, Nintendo signs a contract with Netflix saying that we are going to let you, Netflix, develop a Legend of Zelda Netflix series. And I was very excited about it. And then in 2014, some of it leaked. And when it leaked, Nintendo's just like, you do not respect our IP. You don't respect us. You don't respect the deal we made. No soap for you. And then they pulled out. And that story has been told from licensor to licensor. Anyone that wants to get any type of Nintendo or Pokemon IP, you don't tell anyone. If there was a contract that was inked between Nintendo, Pokemon, Game Freak, and VeVe, nobody would know. They wouldn't, because I'm sure David's heard that story. Like he has to know that story. So if there was a deal outside of the people in that room, nobody would know. The amount of NDAs and the length of prosecutory things in that NDA would probably be greater than the NDA I signed with the military upon my leaving. There's no way, like there's no way. There's no, like, if they did have it, nobody would know. Like, I'm sure that David, Dan, and Ben might know, but absolutely nobody beyond that. Like there just wouldn't be. Like maybe if you have the people that are working on, if we did have Pokemon, okay, what's it gonna be? Well, let's try with the start. Maybe they don't do the starters. Maybe they try with like the bug Pokemon. Maybe they try with like, hey, we have evolvables. Let's do Caterpie and Weedle, and then let's do the evolvables. We'll burn. No, you can't burn You can't burn them. Fire is super effective against grass and bug type Pokemon. Anyway, let's say you burn them for Kakuna and Metapod. You burn them for Butterfree and Beedrill, and I guess you have a Mega Beedrill. I don't know if they'll do that, you know, if that were to happen, but and those guys would be like, the people that are working on that would be like locked in a basement, and it would just be like nobody would know. They wouldn't, like, nobody would hear from them for like weeks or months until they did that. So there's no, Nintendo's a very, very close-knit, tied platform. VeVe Magic says, I have great experience. It's what I did as a contractor with the Navy. Ooh, in the Navy. VeVe Magic. Ooh. Anyway, yes, VeVe Magic is very good at what she does. Comic Villa says, I have all 5 appendages. I see what you did there. Biggest Bros says, you better tell him, sis. Tell him, girl. Mr. M. says, the golden years and renaissance in crypto is finally here in the US. Oh, it's a good time. It's good. Oh my God. My friend sent me, got quesadillas and shrooms. And then me in the background. Oh my God, this looks so good. This looks so good. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. I'm so fat. I don't need any of this. I don't need any of this beer. I don't need any of the food that I'm about to eat later. I don't know why people keep tagging me and stuff when they're pooping. Like this Doge Army General is like the same at me after I take a giant clean gateway poop, and it's like I don't. He's not the only. There's got like, so there's genes that there's like a warrior gene. There's like a gay gene. There's like all these different genes. I think there's a gene that people get when they find something funny and they want to show people. I have like 6 or 7 friends that do nothing but, one, they send me like Instagram reels, and I would rather go through my entire 4-year enlistment in the military again before I would watch an Instagram reel, because those are stupid. And people send those to me all the time. Now, don't get me wrong. Sending one once in a while, yeah, that's funny. That's fine. But what I'm talking about is people that send like 8. I wake up to like 8 messages from the same person with all of these, and I was like, bro, what are you doing? And it's like, does anybody else get that? Does anybody else have friends that like send them 8 messages at a time? And it's like, I don't have to, I'll haha react to like some of them, but I can't do that. Again, once in a while, it's like, yeah, this is awesome. This is fun. But my God, man, I think the record is my friend Ty that sent me like 30 overnight one day. And then he didn't talk to me for a while because I just wrote TLDR, like, to, but we are in, okay, Magic. I don't know if you heard the latter part of that, where you're not sending me 30 Instagram reels in like 3 hours of each other. First off, Magic, are we dating now? Are you married? relationship. Okay, I see what you did there. Yes, you can always like, what was that South Park reference where Peter Griffin goes, na 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 na, can't touch me, na 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 na, and then at the end of it he's like, except for you, you can touch me. Now that I'm saying that out loud, that's really that's kind of dirty. um, but I see what you're saying there. Yes, you can always send me stuff. People that send me stuff like even like once or twice a day is fine. But like waking up to like 8 messages and they're all real, that's like, bro, that's so much. I can't do it. But that's why. Yeah. So I had Jen, my friend Jen, on the pod. This is the second time she's on. She was on recently, like a couple weeks ago, and we talked about this. So we had this wildest podcast where it was like 90 minutes on the podcast, and then like another 3 hours offline. I think that's some, and I was like, bro, this has got to be like a record. And like every like 20 minutes, she's like, oh my god, I have to tell you like one more thing before we go. I was like, oh yeah, go 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 go. So I wasn't doing much. I mean, I had stuff to do, but I was like enjoying the conversation, like this right now. I hope people keep commenting because I have a little bit of more beer left, and I don't want it to end. And I was like, yeah, go go, tell me. And she did that like 6 or 7 times until I was like, like after our 90-minute podcast, we've been on for like 3 hours afterwards. She's like, what? I was like, yeah. And she's like, what time is it? And I was like, I don't know. Like, and I told her what time it was. She's like, oh my god. Um, anyway, Bogart says, cheers to the golden years. Ain't the golden years from like 75 to like 100? Let me Google this. All right, hold on. We gotta. When are your golden years? Years of retirement, which usually start around age 65 and continue into the 80s or beyond. Where did I get to 75? Maybe because I guess seasons, like in spring, your spring season is 0 to 25, and your summer is 25 to 50. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was like a teenager or even in my early 20s, like back in the 90s, if you were 50, you were dead. You were just like, you were old, you were fat, you had like no, like you had no energy because you didn't drink water and you didn't exercise. I don't know what the heck the world was like prior to 1990 because I wasn't alive. But people in the 90s, at least, and I wasn't in like the deep south where everyone's eating like fried foods and they're all like in like Long Island where you some people like it was wild, and people just didn't take care of themselves. I feel like it wasn't until like the early 2000s where people started like lifting. And then, obviously I got into boxing and stuff, so I was always lean. Obviously not recently. Um but yeah, so like anyway, summer is like 25 to 50, and then fall is 50 to 75, and then winter is like 75 to 100. Winter again, now you're really like I don't know how to nowadays it's like look at like J Lo, look at Shakira. They're like 50 and they're like hotter than most 25-year-olds I see nowadays. Like, god damn, I don't know. Like Charlize Theron, like Gwyneth Paltrow, like these women like in like their late 40s, early 50s. And maybe this has something to do with like the Hollywood stuff where I think Sandra Bullock is like, oh yes, I bathe in the blood of the unborn. I don't know what she said on that Ellen DeGeneres show. It was something like that. And I understand like technology comes a long way, and technology has like this. I think one of the guys from PayPal, he has this like farm of like 18-year-olds where he's just like, yeah. So where this comes from is that Dr. Rhonda Patrick did a study, and the study was like, hey, if we inject the blood of young rats into old rats, then the old rats start acting younger. It's like, what if we did? So somebody from like PayPal is just like, what if we did this with people? And apparently it works. So I don't know. Maybe it just costs too much, and like the only people that can afford it are like the Hollywood or the elites. Or so I would totally do that though, because I would, because I feel like I don't feel like I sometimes I feel ancient. Like I like fall sometimes because my back is like completely destroyed now. Um, but there are some times where I'm just sitting, I'm like playing Pokemon, I'm like talking with my friends, and we're just like my friend Autumn called me the other day, and she's like, "You know what I haven't done in a while?" I was like, "What?" And she's just like, "You lost the game." I was like, "Oh, are you kidding?" So I sometimes I feel like I'm still 16, and like there was a post on the Gilmore Girls subreddit the other day where they were just like, that one episode where Lorelai is talking to Max Medina. Max Medina. You'll understand if you've seen the show. Um, and she's like, oh, because he was a teacher at her daughter's school. And she's like, oh, Mr. Teacher, are you going to give me detention? Like, kind of like playing, flirting with him as if like she's like the student and he's the teacher. But he's his daughter's teacher. And then I was like, wow, I never like thought of that before. I was like, yeah, that is kind of weird. But then I was like, well, when you're a guy in high school, like you have those things, like you have the hot for teacher stuff. And like I see some of these like I feel like back when I was in like elementary school, all the teachers were like 50 and like ugly. They look like Sylvester Stallone in like a Hawaiian shirt, right? And when then I got to middle school, and then some of the teachers like, damn, you good looking. This might be where my love for older women come from. And then in high school, we're like pretty much the same age, where like the teachers are like early 20s and you're a young man. And so like I get the like that part of it. But then yeah, the way they were doing it in Gilmore Girls, it was like the reverse. And it's like, oh yeah, that I guess the early 2000s might have been a different time. Anyway, I forget what I was talking about here. My channel says you'll be the first VeVe person to board. So my channel, like, it says nothing but negative stuff. Same as Luigi, but I like kind of love the commentary. They're kind of awesome. Cheers, mates. Anyway, Bill, I got the Obi-Wan comic. Oh, cheers, everybody. Meow, 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 meow. Mr. MC1 says, we're talking about the golden years of crypto, Randy. These are, when you say, is there supposed to be a comma after crypto? Because the way you wrote it is saying the golden years of crypto Randy, meaning that there's multiple, which I guess there have been. There's been like the animal savior, veterinary technician Randy. There's been the boxer Randy. There's been the military Randy. There's been the private investigating Randy. There's been the stripper Randy. There's been the high risk lending Randy. There's been the Pokemon Randy. There's been the, I feel like that Kanye rap was like, Kanye West shows up in his Kanye vest, giving everybody his Kanye best. There's been YouTube Earth 2, I guess, yeah. So now we're in the 9th iteration of Randy, known as Crypto Randy. I'm pretty sure Mr. MC1 means we're talking about the golden years of crypto, comma, Randy. I can't be too sure, but I think that's what he meant, unless he's talking about the golden years of crypto Randy, meaning that after this cycle, I'm just never going to be good again. So fair point. Golden years are going to be 25-year bull run. Hang on. Golden year. Well, I'm not gonna lie. My golden years. When I say golden years, I feel like you're prime, right? Like my best years are likely behind me, as far as physical prowess and being able to eat and drink what I want without the consequences, and that is clearly out the window the past few years. Um, Especially the last few months. I was still good looking up until October, and my back was just destroyed. Anyway, Sanjay, glad you got it so fast. Congrats. But yeah, this is going to be a great. It's going to be a great year. It's going to be a great couple of years. I have this fear Why are girls such slow eaters? I don't understand. They just don't eat. They eat like they have these little. They take these little like mouse bites, like, and like with it, like a man, you're just like eat a burger in like 10 bites. Women can't eat a burger in like 30 bites. Like, bro, be more efficient. Bogars to Sanjay, glad you got it so fast. Congrats. My Philly says, I'm gonna vamp my son to fix my joints. Get that bread. Same. After Omi hits 10 cents, we can call you Crypto Randy. So for now, just Randy. Did I ever tell you about the? I don't know if I have it. Did I ever tell you, Mr. MC1, about the song I wrote called "I'm Randy"? No one's excited about the work I do. They say I should stick with Earth 2. And no one watches but my dog. When I drink, I call up whales acting insane. And I say, homie, you should buy a plane, with the private plane that I've flown on. Fudders are never polite. That's why they sleep alone at night. 'Cause I'm Randy. Anywhere else I'd be a 3. But I guess I'm hot for dudes in VeVe, 'cause it's an ugly community. Okay. Sorry. I'm Randy, looking like a meth head on the streets. Some people still call me Chavez because of things I can't say legally. Something about the military. I don't know. Anyway, Randy has a body of a 70-year-old. Yeah, fair. That's a fair point. That's a not inaccurate point. We imagine that, hey, don't shame slow eaters. Savor the flavor. Like, so I think that this is from me coming from a third world country. My idea behind this is that if you're born in a third world country, it's likely that your ancestors and your parents, grandparents, everyone in your immediate family is not absolutely sure where their next meal is coming from. So when you get food, you eat as much as you can, and then you eat again. Because again, if you don't know where your next meal is coming from, eat the food before it goes bad. Eat the food before somebody takes it. And I feel like that's what I have. Because like even in the military where you're supposed to like eat it super fast like an anime character, I was still the fastest eater in my flight, and there was like 50 something dudes. um I was definitely the fastest by like a long shot. So I feel like it has something to do with that, but then also I think Americans eat quicker in general. There's a guy named Derek and his boyfriend Manu, not the Manu that you guys have seen on stream. They were over my friend Mark's house for I have a wild story about that with Miley Cyrus, and it was not a gay, but anyway. So I get like a burger, and at the time of being healthy, so I put like a lettuce bun on it, not a normal bun. And but the burger was hot. So like I ate like tiny bit. It was hot. And then I wait a minute, and then I take another bite, like, oh, it's still hot. I have sensitive lips and a sensitive tongue, so I don't want to like burn myself. So I wait like another minute, and then slowly but surely, okay, I can eat it. And I was like, okay, that burger was not enough. So I get another burger, and then I bring it back, and this one is not hot anymore. So I demolish it in like 30 seconds. And this guy was like, what did you do? And I was like, I don't understand. I was like, the burger, you didn't you didn't taste it. You just ate it. And I was like, no, I tasted it. It was good. It's like, but the first burger you didn't eat like that. And I was like, well, the first burger was really hot, so I ate it slow. But this one, like fucking little, what's her name with the 3 bears and the porridge? This one was just the right temperature, so I ate it super quick because that's how I eat. And then my friend Mark went to bed, and I took them to this place called Leaky Lifeboat where I used to work, and it's a great place. And So I guess I don't have good like gaydar. I couldn't tell that I knew they were gay at this point. It's like the third time that I met them. But like I couldn't tell that they were gay. They just seemed like dudes. And like I could not tell for the life, like if they were just come up to me at like a party or at the gym or whatever, and they were to just be like, "Hey, nice pecs you got there." I was like, "Thanks, man." Like I would just see it as like just normal dude stuff. Um, but apparently you could tell that they're really I can't. I couldn't tell. So when I take them to the bar, that leaky lifeboat that I used to work at, I put in like a 20 into the jukebox system. And I of course started off with Miley Cyrus Party in the USA because I think it was 4th of July. And nothing says 4th of July like Miley Cyrus Party in the USA. So I play it, and apparently everyone was looking at us like we were all gay because apparently they could tell that they were gay, and I guess they thought I was gay because I put on Miley Cyrus. Anyway, Fast Eaters for the win. No, tell me about the song. Oh, okay, I'll keep going. Um, to say legally. I work out and I diet well, but I'm still quite ugly. Yet some people still shit me with Brittany and Wendy. And out of the blue, like 8 times a year, when you least expect it, I buy more Omi. Can you feel that energy, energy? That PTSD energy, energy? That famous LSD energy? I'm Randy. Military life was hard on me. I generate tons of publicity for everything I do with VeVe. I'm Randy and I do shrugs. I'm mentally ill and I'm on drugs. But David, you still comes on my streams. Cause I'm Randy. I feel like Filthy was just like, I'm gonna drain my son of his blood for his health. And Randy Oh, is that what he said? Oh shit! I'm gonna vamp my son. Oh, okay. I read that as like I'm gonna get my son to fix my joints because he's like a doctor or a witch doctor or a chiropractor, someone that can like that could like medically heal you and manipulate your joints. I did not read that as vamp, but yeah, Bill Gar. Yeah, you got that right. He's gonna suck. Okay, yeah, fair. Good point. Good point. Um, the biggest bro is laughing. I forget what we were talking about 6 minutes ago. I was a different person. Randy, what's your diet? Oh, right now it is horrendous. Um, it's like the diet of a 21-year-old. I eat a lot of sandwiches and water and water. Outside of beer, the only thing I drink is water. I don't have soda. I don't have iced tea. Sometimes a Long Island iced tea, but I don't drink soda. I have protein shakes every now and then, more so when I work out, but I haven't been because my back has just been absolutely destroyed by something. Um, yeah. Call me Philly thing. Here's a little song I wrote. Gonna sing a note for no, it goes, so don't worry, be happy. I don't know how to. Is that a song? I don't know if that's a song. Anyway, Bruno Rodriguez says, "What are your realistic expectations for Omi in 2025?" Price Weiss. Well, Price Weiss, I would say my bear case is 0.007 to about 1.2 cents. That's if let's say Ben says, this is too hard. This is not my forte. I've never done this for this type of company. I thought I could do it. I can't do it. Everything I've tried has not worked. It has failed. We still get to 0.007, 1.3 cents. My base case at 3.5 cents is, hey, Ben rolls out everything he wants to, and only some of it sticks. You have VeVeVerse. You have VeVeVerse like 1.5. You have VeVeVerse maybe 2.0 that comes out later this year. I don't know about that. You have more Fidgetals. You have them continuously going in and growing, hiring more people. They're spending that money. They're getting that bread. They're doing everything they need to do. And some of the stuff hits. Some of the stuff is really cool. We get some anime. We get some cool stuff. But the key is not just getting these licenses. Getting these licenses is major. It helps them get more licenses. It helps them keep those drops running. I imagine they have drops scheduled for like the next 2 years. But the problem that they have not solved yet is getting the fans of these licenses to buy their product digitally. They just don't. And at some point, I think that they get some of that. They're able to go in and maybe not solve the whole thing, but they're able to get a tiny bit of those fandoms to come on here. They need 1%. They need less than 1%. VeVe likely needs one. They need less than 0.5% of all of these fandoms to come on and to say, "Hey, we'll buy these items because we're fans of these things." That's it. That's all they need. They need less than 0.5% of all of these fandoms fans to come on, and we'll be golden. Stay gold, pony boy. But the 3 to 5 cents is likely something like that, and then the narrative coming back. Now, obviously, the last time we went from quad 0.4 to 1.2 cents, we did like 3000x, whatever it was. That is that is not that is going to be very hard to replicate this time, because last time you had nobody that was selling the token. It was all new people. It was all people that was buying. Over the last couple months, we've had like 70 billion tokens change hands. And I'm not gonna lie, I'll sell a little bit at half a penny. You go, well, Chavez, I thought you said you were gonna sell. You said your bear case was 0.007 to 1.2 cents, and you said your bull case is 8 to 10 cents. Why would you sell at half a penny? That's stupid. Shouldn't you buy at half a penny? He's like, well, if both Definity and DEVVE had gone up like 50 or 300x at that point, yeah, I have no problem buying at half a penny. But there's a lot of tokens that I bought down here, and if like a 10x. So let's say we do a 20x and we go to like 0.006. That's lower than my bear case. I mean, I have 200 million Omi. I'll likely get to 220, 230, unless Omi moons. If Omi could go wherever, like that narrative come back, not going to matter. I won't get that, which is fine. This time they have that issue, like you're going to have billions of tokens with that sell pressure. Now you also have a lot of people that have bought, where a lot of these tokens are locked up, because you have people that think that we could be tens of billions or hundreds of billions in market cap. And even though I don't think VeVe would justify that market cap, it's still possible that happens, because even though the business would likely not justify $100 billion market cap, there are many people that believe that we can and should go there, even though I don't believe we should. But I would say that, okay, so what is, let's do this. A dollar is $300 billion market cap. Not going to happen. Definitely not going to happen. Should not happen. So 10 cents is $30 billion market cap. Again, that's my bull. That's in the realm of my bull case scenario of 8 to 10 cents. And part of the reason for that is because people believe that we'll be able to go to 100 billion. So they won't sell at that price. There's going to be people that buy in at half a penny or a couple of cents. And there was a comment on one of my streams the other day that said, Omi 0003, I'll get it. And somebody's like, hey, would you get, do you have any DEVVE? And the person is just like, well, it's like $1-ish. I'd rather get something at 0003. So there are people that don't pay attention to market cap, and they just say, I want to get this because it's 000s. So I'll take you back to 73 before I ever had a multi-platinum selling CD. Sorry, that's Eminem. I'll take you back to the late 90s, early 2000s, where Burger King had an answer for McDonald's Quarter Pounder. McDonald's Quarter Pounder, just the way they had it, the slogan rolled right off the tongue, sold millions upon millions of burgers. So Burger King's like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a third pounder. We're going to make it bigger, bolder, better. You get more meat on a sizable bun. But everyone that went and got the third pounder is like, wait a minute. Why am I getting less meat and I'm paying more money for it? This is stupid. And people weren't getting the quarter pounder. I said, well, wait, Chavez, did you say that the people said they were getting less meat? It's a third pounder. Yes, it is. Well, if anyone knows the fractions, 1/3 of something, 33%, is bigger than 1/4 of something. That's 25%. But because people saw the quarter pounder and the 4 was bigger than the 3, everyone that was really bad at math was just like, yeah, like we'll get the quarter pounder because there's more meat because 4 is bigger than 3. Not knowing how fractions work. In that same breath, a lot of people will go in and be like, you know how much tokens I can get if the price is like 8 zeros or only that has 3 zeros? So you have people that are going to go and say like, bro, Omi's like 10 cents. It could go to like a couple dollars, and they won't pay attention to market cap. People will buy Omi at 10 cents thinking that it can go to multiple dollars. Like, bro, it's 10 cents. What if it goes to be like DEVVE and it'd be like $100? Like, I'm getting it 10 cents. And they're not paying attention to market cap. So you have the people that think it's going to go to, that they can understand market cap and they honestly believe that it can go to 100 billion or multiple hundreds of billions. And then you have the other group of people that are not going to pay attention to market cap and will say, bro, I'll get it 10 cents. It goes to $1, 10x my money. And the odds of it going to $1 are insanely slim. The odds of it going even to like 30 cents are really slim. The $90 billion market cap, that's likely not going to happen. But you have a bunch of people that are going to be buying at 1, 5, 10 cents or more because they think it can. So 3 to 5 cents is my base, 8 to 10 cents is my bull, and 0.007 to 1.2 cents is my bear. And you have the golden goose scenario where you get Pokemon, you get all these things, and all these narratives run at the same time, and it's a perfect storm for VeVe. And yeah, hit like 20, 30 cents, 50 cents, whatever it is. But that's a really, really low chance. Was it just take Ozempic, you'll have a 6-pack? No. If I really, I don't even want to say if I really want one, I just need a new back. It's not a matter of like determination. It's not a matter of like my determination for most things are honestly unmatched. It's just I just, from car accidents and fighting and military, just my back is just done. And it's, and I don't want to, yeah. So it's not, if I could do it, I would do it. Like I'll just show like a random photo. Where are we going back here? Let's go back to the beginning, back to when the earth, the sun, the star. Oh, I gotta go back to May, right? Oh, goodbye. Let the rain fall. God damn! Look at that beef boy. Look at that beefcake. Leave my dreams, let it wash away my sanity. 'Cause I wanna feel the thunder, I wanna scream. Yeah, damn boy. I know that's not really anything where my oh, my friends. Oh, I miss them so much. Oh, sorry. Rolling down memory lane here, trying to find a photo of one of my what Chavez looked. Oh my God, I have not. Wow, that was cool. Good times. Um, but I can't even show this picture because my friend Lauren called me a slur. I love her so much. I have to say hi. I haven't talked to her in a while. Wow, I really don't have any of these photos that I thought I would. Okay, there's one where you see a little bit of me with a little more hair, a little less weight, a little more toned. I'm trying to find one where I look really good. I don't see one, and I swear they exist. Am I in May? Why do I have one in May? Yeah, okay. I thought I had them. Apparently, I don't. Okay, there's one of like fairly lean Chavez, with a beard. I'll go with the savor the sweet flavor of dry land. Sweet flavor. I don't know that movie. Who's the girl you were dating? What year? I've dated a lot of girls. You're gonna have to give me a year on that, and then if depending on the year, you might have to give me a month, because there was a couple of times where there was a couple girls in 1 year. So that show 100 is about the concept of young people's blood being used by another rebel community elders. I've heard good things about the 100. Actually, just one of the seasons. Very nice. Adrenochrome, is that one of the things that they is that one of the things? Colin says, say the words of Jamaican accent and you will know the song. Okay, where were you? Call me filthy. Okay, they call me filthy. The words in a Jamaican accent. No. Don't. Oh, don't worry, be happy. Okay, yeah, okay, all right. I get you. Worry, be happy. Mr. So the artists and IPs on VeVe should start taking 10% of payments in Omi. I don't know if they would want. I don't know if VeVe would want to give that up, because that would have to come from the business development wallet. That might create downward pressure on the token. I do know that there is at least one person. I do know that there's a couple of people that want to get paid in Omi. I don't know if that'll. Oh, well, here's one of the gals I was dating, Wes. And yes, that is me with a blonde wig on. I decided to try to be Thor. I love see that this is 2018. This is before my Donkey Kong tattoo. I swear I'm trying to find. I swear I've had good photos here. Apparently not. Oh, I can't show that one. Oh, Morgan. Okay. Anyway, so you can have a good physique without working out. Just being you really can't. Like you can be thin and you know and not work out, but I don't want to be. I got to have a little muscle. Some people die too young, man. They die too young. They die too young. Oh, my other friend. Oh God, I was good looking one day. Connor, give me those peace signs. Yo, what up, Connor? How's it going, fam? Meow, meow, meow. I can't wait till that 10 token. Cavell, where you at? We could probably reach it in like 2035 if we get a bunch of burns, if we get a bunch of stuff. You want to know what I looked like in 2009? Nom nom nom. Nom 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 nom. 2009 Chavez. Good time. Who was the most recent girl I was dating? I guess that would be Zen. She was the most recent girl. Like we were not like together. We were not like Facebook official or anything. I haven't been Facebook official with anyone in a long time. But that would have been Zen. She wasn't on the podcast. She was on a stream though a few months back where she was just we were just in a hotel and we were talking about some doctor that came in from like Virginia to South Carolina with his merry band of workers. I think it just was a slave owner building certain things. Wow, I really can't find any of these. I swear these photos exist. There's me stripping at a house call. This is 2017. I did strip in 2010, but 2017 I took the mantle back up for a bit. After drunk driver turned my Lexus inside out, domino affected into massive arthritis throughout my body. It's bedridden for almost 2 years. Oh my God. When carnivore, eat nothing but butter, water, eggs, and beef. I hope you're better now. This is chicken, fish, and animal fats. High fat, no sugar, no bread. I'm out about almost as good as I was. I love bread so much. Yeah, I could do it. I could get rid of it. It sucks, but I could do it. Oh, Sarah. Here's one of me and Pickle Rick. Pickle Rick. Look at how jacked I was. Look at how yoked. But another 10 million Omi today. Total 80 million Omi. Omi to the moon. My heckin' man. My heckin' bay. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Oh, here's, oh, I don't know if I can play this. I'm all out of salt. I'm not gonna cry. Won't give you what you want, cause I look way too good tonight. I'm all out. This was 2014 when I was dating this girl, Erica. That was a little better, but I was super skinny. There's one that's a more updated version. So this was 2020. That's a little bit better, but it's still not like the. Anyway, from 0 to 100, how much do you trust that Omi's going to 10 cents? I'd say 20. Because again, my base case is 3 to 5 cents, and I'm pretty sure we get there. Like again, my bear case of 007 to 1.2 cents, I'm like 90% sure we get there. Like I would say even 98% sure. But the base case of 3 to 5 cents, I would only say like 75% chance. And then that 8 to 10 cents is, I think that drops to like 20% chance. And obviously because it's my bull case. Love these chaps stripping the non-believers of Omi. Yeah, dude, it's great. And again, I'll get more soon. Well, I'll get more towards the end of next month. I should get more now. For reach. Advisors are not lawmakers. Okay, I'm gonna find some of these photos. If it's the last thing I do. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, here's one of them that are not so bad. That was 2017, and that was pretty good. That wasn't the best, but that was pretty good. Waterworld. Oh, I have a Decat space I have to get to, so I am gonna have to bounce for now. This was 20, like this was still when I was not in great shape, but not bad either. Anyway, I do have to go. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for the super chats. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. And join me on the Decat space. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Oh, we need a song. I could outro my own song. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to outro my own song. What's it going to be like? Okay. Yep, we're going to outro the own song. Cause I'm Randy. Anywhere else I'd be.